Okay, parents, you're at the grocery store when suddenly your child erupts into a screaming, flailing episode on the floor. Every parent in the aisle is watching. Your face is burning with embarrassment as you try everything, reasoning, bribing, threatening, consequences, but nothing is working. I have been there and it is stressful. Here's what nobody tells you. If it's a meltdown and not a tantrum, you might be using the wrong playbook. The difference here isn't just semantics. The difference is between a behavioral choice and a neurological crisis. And understanding this changes everything about how you can help your child. Now, here's the fundamental difference between that behavioral choice and neurological event. Tantrums, when kids have them, are very tactical. Your child maintains some control and they're trying to achieve the specific outcome, like getting that toy in the store, avoiding bedtime. They often can stop the demand if it's met or distracted. We've all been there, right? Give them the toy and they're like, okay, I'm good. Meltdowns, on the other hand, are neurological. Think of it like a computer with too many tabs open that suddenly crashes. Your child's nervous system has become so overwhelmed that it literally can't process information or maintain that control anymore. It just goes off the rails, right? During a tantrum, your child can still hear you, process consequences, and make choices. During a meltdown, the thinking brain goes offline. It's like trying to reason with someone having a panic attack. The nervous system acts as that air traffic controller for every other system of the body. And so when they're having that meltdown, it's overwhelmed and nothing else can function properly, including that emotional regulation, that sensory processing, and that behavioral control. Now, how this starts with kids, how we get there to that area in the, maybe say aisle A11 in the grocery store, where we have that major meltdown, happens early, and we call that the perfect storm. That's where the nervous system balance begins way before that day. It's oftentimes even before your child is born. Prenatal stress can flood the developing nervous system with stress hormones, essentially program it to stay in high alert mode all the time. This is actually why kids are more prone to have meltdowns more often if there's more stress that's deep-rooted. Birth interventions create the second layer of it. Procedures like C-sections, vacuum extraction, forceps delivery, they all cause this nervous system interference right when the brain is forming those critical connections for self-regulation. These early stressors leave the nervous system stuck in this sympathetic dominant state. Imagine a car driving with the gas pedal stuck down. That's what a sympathetic dominance is. Your child's system is just constantly in that fight or flight mode, making them more vulnerable to sensory overwhelm. It's almost like building a house on a cracked foundation. You can add all the behavioral strategies and therapies you want, but until you address that foundational nervous system imbalance, everything else is gonna feel really unstable. Now, I want to dig in a little bit to why traditional discipline doesn't make or oftentimes makes meltdown worse. And I know this is tricky because sometimes it can be hard to determine, is this a tantrum or is this a meltdown? Now, when you try to discipline a child during a meltdown, they're already overwhelmed. Their nervous system is already at 100%. It perceives it as an additional threat. It pushes them deeper into crisis mode. Punishments during a meltdown are like adding more weight to an already overloaded circuit. Instead of helping, they're causing the system to shut down even more completely. Ignoring the meltdown doesn't work either because this isn't attention-seeking behavior. It's a nervous system sending out that SOS signal that it desperately needs help regulating. Even giving in to what might have helped trigger the meltdown, again, like a tantrum, right? Giving in to that won't stop it once it started because the issue isn't the trigger anymore. The nervous system is past that. It's past that breaking point and it needs to reset. So traditional parenting strategies actually fail, not because it's your fault as a parent, but because it's designed more for those tantrums and behavioral issues, not neurological ones. It's using a wrench when you need a different tool entirely. So to recognize these warning signs, we have to really look and see what's the difference here and how do they present themselves. Meltdowns rarely come out of nowhere. Watching for early warning signs, like you can see with kids where they want to cover their ears or eyes, avoiding eye contact, increased fidgeting, pacing, all signs that the sensory system is very revved up. These signs mean your child's nervous system is approaching that overload point. Think of it as the parking brake analogy, again, to start to engage, right? If you can provide enough of support now, you might be able to prevent that full system shutdown. But during a meltdown, you just can't stop it. There's no calm anchor until that storm passes. And really the key there is stay regulated yourself. Your nervous system can help co-regulate theirs through that calm presence. Reduce that sensory information immediately, dim the lights, lower voices, remove extra people from the space, do all of these things to help. And then after that peak passes, offer regulating support to that child. Deep pressure, bear hugs, snacks, rhythmic movements, things like that to help them find their baseline again. Those are the things that you can really look at in the moment to get them out of those meltdowns if you're not able to help calm their nervous system. Now, your child's meltdowns, they're not a reflection of your parenting or their character. And that can be good to hear, but also hard to hear because we feel so connected emotionally to how our kids behave. But they are truly a sign that the nervous system needs support, not more discipline. When we address through the root cause, neurologically focused chiropractic care, families can see this big shift in the nervous system where it's not just in meltdowns, but in sleep, in focus, and overall resilience. Your child doesn't need more behavioral strategies. They might just need their nervous system to finally find balance. Now, if you want to hear more about this conversation, we write a lot. We have a lot of links in our bio where you can really dig in here. So comment below, send us a DM. We would love to dig in to help your family if you're really having trouble surviving these meltdowns and getting kids to truly thrive.